Today we're going to be talking about the Void token and some new developments that they have with their project. This is a project that actually there's not a lot of people that know about it. I want to talk about it because I think they're moving in a good direction as a project. Now, I don't know the Void long term is going to last years and years and years, primarily because they're a deflationary currency. So at some point in theory, it has to end. However, some of the projects they're working on, I think, are going to have a broader impact in the entire crypto space. Not to mention, it may be very profitable in the meantime. Okay, so as I was saying, Void may end up being very, very profitable. I mean, it's profitable right now, but it may be even more profitable down the road. I'll continue to talk about what's going on here, but I quickly want to highlight, if you love cryptocurrency, and you love earning passive cryptocurrency and you believe that cryptocurrency is the future, then be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, hit that thumbs up notification, smash the like, and hit that bell notification as well. All right, and I'll also tell you that if you want to be able to earn passive income, check out my Crypto Passive Profits newsletter. If you just want to, find some simple ways to make some passive crypto, then you'll definitely get that in the newsletter. And if you want to be able to start a true passive crypto business, then you'll get that opportunity as well. I have a whole video. Once you enter in your email and click sign up, you'll see an entire video about how to actually start a crypto passive profits business. All right, let's get started. So the Void token. Void is, you can come here and watch the white paper. It's voiddefi.io. You can see the white paper. Little history on Void. The current developer, I think, bought the project or took over the project from the previous developer. The current developer, to my knowledge, if you've been on my channel for a while, I've talked about the Frag token. Well, the current developer originally was a part of the Frag token community on Telegram, and I'm not one of the people that's in Telegram every day. I kind of log in once or twice a week and just kind of see what's going on. But I will tell you that the current developer. It was very active in Telegram over there, very supportive of the Frag community, which is another another deflationary token. And sooner or later, he took over the Void project, and he's still an active part of the Frag community as well. He had some thoughts of his own, which I think are brilliant so far, just looking at what he's done so far. Now, just to explain what a deflationary token is, every single time that the token is transacted, a small percentage, 3% of what is transacted, is burned. So there's a decreasing supply of the token over time, all the time. Now, the first token ever to do this was the bomb token. The price skyrocketed. I think if I remember right, it went up to like $50 a token. No deflationary token has done that since the bomb token. And truthfully, I think the bomb token was really a lot of hype. I don't think the deflationary mechanism has really taken hold in a big way because the supply of the tokens are still just too large. But they're still obviously working, and they're still decreasing supply. I think Void, though, has the right idea. If I was going to create a deflationary token, the projects that they're working on would be the projects that I would be looking at. Now, Void deflates, I think it's at 3%, which is a lot. It deflates at 3% per transaction. It's a lot compared to the other tokens out there. So and here's where Void shines. It's their exchange. So they have an exchange that's not currently totally decentralized, but it's becoming totally decentralized. I'll show you that here in a moment. But these exchanges, so basically you come in with Void. Here, if you want to buy Void, you can buy Void with TRX. And then you can buy Void with BTT, Frag, Boss, USDT. And then I think they got USDJ coming up next. Here's the thing, you can obviously trade Void as well for any of these tokens right on the platform, on the exchange. I first became interested in this because I became a liquidity provider, similar to what you can do on Uniswap, but I actually think it works a little bit better. It's a combination between liquidity provider, and those of you that are familiar with virtual deposit contracts, it's a combination of that. So take a look at this. If you wanted to come into, I'm in Void Frag, I'll show you. This was the first one they had, but I'm the liquidity provider. I got 2,500 Frag in the liquidity pool, and you pay 5% fee to go into the liquidity pool. When you withdraw, you pay a 5% fee. Doesn't cost you anything just to leave it sitting there. However, for everyone who buys or sells, like over here, then they pay a 0.3% fee, which goes to all liquidity providers. So this is pretty awesome. It creates a good steady stream of dividends of frag, and you also earn void. In every pool, you earn the token of the pool plus the void earnings as well, which is really, really awesome. In fact, I've never actually bought void. I don't think well, I know I haven't. All my void, I believe, has just come from the liquidity pools. Now, I'll show you the other one that I'm in pretty heavy, and this is the one that this is still centralized. Like, I'll show you. You have to get approval to be in a liquidity provider. I'm not a liquidity provider for Boss. So I would have to just message the developer on Telegram, and he would basically allow me to be a liquidity provider. But that's more of a centralized platform. They're getting away from that. And this is where it's like, it's looking good. And I'm going to show you the announcement in Telegram. But if you come over here to Void TRX, which is beautiful. I have a little bit right here in USDT, but it's like just a couple of bucks of USDT. This, anyone can get in the TRX pool, anyone. I've got 70 TRX, I got 5,700 TRX sitting here. You can see I'm 0.22% of the whole pool. 70 TRX sitting here that I've earned. I got 4 void that I've earned as well. This is just beautiful. And I'm just sitting here, sitting in a liquidity provider, just earning some passive dividends. And I'm earning faster than I would earn had I froze them. Plus I'm earning the void token, which they've got some more projects. There's Void Bank. There's some more projects coming out with a void token, which are really, really interesting. The best part about all of this is it's creating a lot of transactions on a token that deflates with transactions. Plus, they are talking about, well, I'll show you. This whole decentralized exchange model here is very fascinating. I believe that cryptocurrency needs several things long term. One of those things that they have to have long term is, without a doubt, they have to be able to have decentralization. Because it's hard to shut down decentralization, and you can't regulate decentralization. So they definitely need to be decentralized, or it's harder to regulate decentralization. I should say that. And let's just take a look quickly at the Telegram, the announcement, so you can see a little bit more about what I'm talking about. So make sure okay. Void announcement, decentralization update. As part of the void token becoming fully decentralized, we're pushing to update all the current Void DEX contracts and bring them to a point where they are fully decentralized and the code can be pushed to open source if the Void community wants it to be open. More info on the open source part at the bottom. So I think this is huge. They're going more towards decentralization, which is phenomenal. I'm really glad to be a part of this project. Let's keep going. As a part of this update, we've changed some core elements of the liquidity provider pools to transform them into becoming fully decentralized. These updates being, there will no longer be a whitelist to use the liquidity pool feature, meaning you don't have to have approval. Anyone can use it. This feature will now be open for everyone to use. The liquidity pool for each DEX will have a dynamic 1-hour limit for deposits and withdrawals for the whole liquidity pool, an anti-manipulation measure. This limit is based on the following: 2.5% of the liquidity pool plus the LP transaction limit, and will update in real time based on DEX movement and LP transactions, meaning the idea is to try to prevent someone from just totally draining the pool in one transaction. If this limit is reached in either direction, deposits or withdrawals, the LP pool will be locked in the direction that triggered it until the current timer ends. The LP pool can also balance withdrawals and deposits during this limit timer. Doing so means they will avoid hitting a lockout period. Milestone caps for each DEX will now automatically update. If you reach a new milestone, this includes if it keeps going up or down past the same one. Things that haven't changed. By the way, just a recap on the milestone caps, just so you understand what that is. Right here, there's a cap of 3,000 TRX. And you can only put 3,000, and then it will lock you out for 4 hours. And then you can add it to 3,000 again and it'll lock you out for 4 hours. Or you can take out up to 3,000 and it will lock you out for 4 hours. So I could not take all this out at one time. Again, it's to help prevent, manipulation. I don't love those sort of measures, but I understand why they're in place, by the way. All right, let's keep going. Things that haven't changed. The transaction limits and lockout timers are still in effect. That's 4 hours per withdrawal or deposit, which I was just talking about. The LP pools and the milestone transaction limits based on the DEX pair's liquidity. The same fee structures are still in place and haven't changed. That's the 5% deposit, 5% withdrawal for fees for the liquidity pool. The DEX fee to the liquidity pool of 0.3% is still in place. That's both buys and sells. As an LP, you still earn void and the token you provide liquidity for. As an LP, you still earn from others who deposit or withdraw from your liquidity pool. Going forward, the Void dev team will no longer have any control over the DEX contracts. This means we will no longer have the ability to freeze the DEX from trading. We will no longer have the ability to migrate any DEX funds. We will no longer have the ability to change any variables in the code. All of these updates will give the community 100% control over the DEX and how it's used. It will be fully decentralized from the moment the DEX is migrated to the new contract and cannot be touched after. It will run on its own after this update, ideally in ever perpetuate to the infinity. I couldn't even say the word right, but ideally it's going to be forever. In perpetuity, I couldn't say it right. Anyway, it's going to be running forever. I think this is awesome. It's a great experiment. We'll see how well it works. If it works properly, then this is something that can be copied over and over again by practically any project, which is really fascinating. The other thing about this is it's a great way potentially to raise funds or create dividends for literally any project, at least any Tron-based project, because this is a TRC20 token. Important DEX decision. The first DEX pair to be migrated to the new decentralization standard will be Void TRX DEX pair. This will occur on the 2nd of June 2020. Trading on the Void DEX pair will pause at this time until the DEX is fully migrated. The other DEX pairs will be migrated in the following days, following a similar process of trading being paused and the DEX being migrated to the new contract. Expect further updates and times of these DEX updates. Okay, so the next part was basically asking, should Void, should it be open source? And they were having people vote on, should it be an open source project? Pros and cons to open source. I do tend to favor open source. I did vote against it in the poll for now because I'm like, let's just see if this works decentralized first. Let's see if it works okay and that sort of thing. There are pros and cons to it being totally open source. But I love the direction that Void is going. I just love it. I think this is such a good direction to go for a project. And I think it's going to be a great proving ground and a great test ground. I'm not telling you to invest in Void. I have Void. I don't have any referral links down in the description. I have Void. I love Void. I'm glad I own it. I'm glad to see what they're doing. I'm glad I'm being a part of this project. This video is just simply for informational purposes only. I got to tell you, there are tons of tiny projects like this in the crypto space. I encourage you, of course, hold your Bitcoin, hold your Ethereum, hold whatever you want. But at the same time, take a look at some of these projects. If for no other reason, they're very fascinating what people are doing and what people are all about. What their thoughts are, the projects they're launching. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is Crypto Wealth. You know, I always believe that crypto equals freedom. I believe that we are in the early stages of mass adoption, early adoption. And I want to say welcome to you for being here. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button if you like it, and if you like projects like Void, let me know in the description if you like Void. Let me know in the description, not in the description, sorry, the comments. Let me know in the comments if you would like to hear more about projects like this. In the description, you'll see all links relevant to the Passive Profits newsletter and whatnot. Thank you so much for watching. Crypto equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.